everybody, welcome back to the family channel.
Hi!
I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today, and today we are going to react into the best things to do in Chicago. Now guys, before we get into the video, I just wanted to say that Daddy is not here today. That's because he's still busy on the house breaking the ceiling down because we need to get it insulated.
Yeah, he needed to take the ceiling down on a staircase. That's how the house is done, and there is a bit of a roof. And the ceiling was in the way, so he needed to take it down so we can get the insulation on the roof done. And it actually took much longer than he expected that it's gonna take. It was really a struggle. So he's still finishing up with the work because the guy is coming to help him tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock to put the damp-proof like a foil under the roof so we can finally get the house properly insulated and the roof is done, and then Garen is gonna be happy because his room is not gonna be hot anymore.
Yes, the whole summer I was sleeping downstairs because it was too hot for me.
Yeah, but anyway, the video we are going to react to was actually recommended, I don't remember by who, but I read it in the comments, so I thought like, why don't we check it out? Because actually I know that in Chicago there is a massive Slovak community.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's check it out then. Wait, yeah.
What's going on, Island Hoppers? Today we're doing a Things to Know about Chicago, Illinois. Let's start.
In this Chicago travel guide, we're going to show you all around Chicago the best things you can possibly do. There will be timestamps below so you can bounce around from destination to destination. First up, let's take a look at the Art Institute of Chicago, one of the best museums for art in the country. The collection actually spans over 5,000 years of artistic creation. The museum is home to a wide variety of works, including sculptures, prints, drawings, decorative arts, and photographs. Some include the American Gothic by Grant Wood, Vincent van Gogh's Bedroom. This museum is centrally located, so it's very easy to get here. In the morning is the best time to go. Next up, we're going to check out the Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower. This was once the tallest building in the United States. It still ranks as one of the tallest buildings, but nowadays you go up to the top, you get great 360-degree views. There are several towers in Chicago. This is one of them, and it is a classic American landmark.
It does, doesn't it? It looks a little bit like New York.
It does, yeah.
With all the skyscrapers. But it looks very pretty. It's got that kind of like a proper city vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah, I really want to go to Chicago. I want to go to those places.
The skyscraper is 110 stories. It was originally built in 1973, standing at 1,450 feet tall. Next up, here we are at Millennium Park. This is 24.5 acres right in the heart of downtown Chicago along the Lakefront and the Loop. It is a popular tourist destination as well as popular with the locals. While here, check out the Cloud Gate sculpture, the Bean, which is a 110-ton stainless steel structure that was created to reflect the city's skyline. They also have the J. Pritt.
That is awesome. Yeah. I love that Bean thing.
Yeah.
Love it. It's an art, and it just looks so beautiful. I think it looks really beautiful.
Pavilion, an outdoor concert venue right here. So really a popular place to hang out, check out jazz festivals when they're in town. While in Chicago, you can go out onto Lake Michigan, either by a regular boat tour, sailing charter, a kayak. You can also rent a jet ski or just do a Chicago water taxi. But getting out there on the water out here in Lake Michigan, probably something you should consider doing, especially if you have 3 or 4 days here. You can catch a water taxi along the riverfront or just go down here to Navy Pier and you'll get a boat. Now we're going to go to the top of Chicago 360 observation. This is the old John Hancock Tower. This is actually my favorite observation deck tower in Chicago to get the views. You can see here by the tilt attraction.
Would you?
You wouldn't.
Would you? I don't know. I'm a bit
glass
there? I'm scared of heights. But I think, like, if I would be there, I will push myself and do it.
Probably would.
Yeah, it's so scary though. I think.
I don't think
I would 100% do it.
That glass just goes right over the road. We're all the way up here at the 94th floor. You can purchase tickets online or in the lobby, but I do recommend checking out the Chicago City Pass. We'll talk about that a little later. Now we're on to the Museum of Science and Industry. This is one of my favorite museums in the country. It's one of the largest science museums in the world with 400,000 square feet of exhibition space. Here you will see an awesome toy train track. They also have an indoor tornado that you guys can experience, as well as the old Apollo rocket shuttle capsules. Chicago
really?
is known as one of the best.
I had no idea that that's in Chicago.
No?
No.
Neither did I. Why are you saying
No.
that? Looks so
What an awesome museum.
Do you
You
think-
went to Science Museum in June with your school trip,
That was
isn't
the
it?
most boring museum I've ever
Oh,
been to.
come on. This looks...
No, I'm not saying this is. I'm
Yeah.
saying the one in Ostrava. That was like horrible.
Oh,
Very
but this is so cool.
Yeah, I would go here definitely because I like my space stuff.
Yeah.
Places to visit museums. That's why you'll see so many museums on this list. This one's not actually part of the Chicago City Pass, but it is worth the admission of $21.95 per adult to get in here.
bad.
Kids under
Like this
12
in
are actually
England.
$12.95, and they're
When we went on a school trip,
Yes.
you didn't come with.
No, but I went to the same
Yeah,
thing.
he went to the same
And
thing
it was
as
so
well.
cool. There was like planes, like
Yeah, and there was
above
that
you.
electric thing that would make your head go
That
up.
was really cool. Like that, and it reminds me of this.
a student discount if you bring your
It's
ID.
loud, no?
If you love anthropology, archaeology, and the study of planet Earth and the history of this big blue marble, then you will definitely want to come over here to the Field Museum, where they have dinosaur bones, skeletons that have been put together.
Here we are at the Field Museum. This is Natural
This
History
reminds me
Museum
of
located right here in
National-
Chicago.
The Millennium Museum.
Yeah.
It does.
It actually looks like it.
It does.
Wasn't it filmed there?
Maybe.
They have over 40 million specimens and artifacts. Here they
That
have
looks like it was
dinosaur
filmed
skeletons,
there.
other mammals and birds and insects. This is a part of the Chicago City Pass
love
that I
that
was
movie.
telling you guys about. But if you didn't want to pay for the City Pass, you can do $29 for adults and $20 for kids. At the end of the video, I'll talk more about the City Pass. But here we are at Navy Pier. This is a popular area
wanna
for
go
hanging
on
out
that.
right here on Lake Michigan's
Everything.
lakefront area. Down here on the pier, you'll find the IMAX Theater. You'll also see the Chicago Funhouse Maze, Crystal Gardens, Chicago Shakespeare Theater, as well as the Centennial
goodness, that
Wheel,
looks
which
so
we'll be
cool.
adding to the list next. But this pier is 3,300 feet long and extends way out into Lake Michigan. A great place to get a boat to go out onto the water. They do have many dining options out here, including upscale restaurants and just casual fast food. Some shopping, but not too much.
I just want to point out that's a pier.
Yeah.
It's massive. There's so many things there.
It's like a city.
And it's on a lake.
I love.
Like the lake is like the size of a ocean to
Yeah.
us. Isn't it?
Yeah.
But I would like to go on one of these piers, but the one in LA.
It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter which one.
Yeah, but
I'd
this
like to
is
go on that
cool.
one.
There's so many things here.
Oh.
Mostly just souvenir shops and boutiques. They do have a lot of special festivals throughout the year that they host here, including the Chicago Air and Water Show. Here is a look at that Shakespeare Theater. Just look for the green sign. Now we're going to talk about the Centennial Wheel, a 200-foot Ferris wheel. You can see these views that you get overlooking the skyline. This is actually right on the lakefront. It is $15 for adults, and kids are also $12, but if they're under 3, it's free. Just something fun to do while you're out here on Navy Pier, and it's not going to break the bank. You can also see that swing ride there. Kids love that. The full rotation of this wheel is around 15 minutes. You can see here the seats are actually quite comfortable compared to most Ferris wheels. And the good news is the gondolas are actually climate controlled with air conditioning.
Here we are at one of Chicago's beaches right here
Look
on
at the
Lake
beach.
Michigan.
Oh,
For those of you who do
Lake-
not know,
that's
Chicago
Lake
does
Michigan.
have deep blue water, that color blue, that is only second to the Caribbean blue. So they do get that Gatorade colored water right here in Lake Michigan.
Yeah, the waterfront walkway, as it's known here in Chicago, runs along the eastern edge of Lake Michigan, stretching 18 miles from Admore Street
love to go
on down
there.
to 71st Street. And some of the highlights along that trail are going to be Navy Pier, which we just showed you, Grant Park, the Millennium Park, Museum Campus, where the Adler Planetarium and the Shed Aquarium are, as well as Buckingham Fountain. It's really just a great place to get in a nice cardio workout, either walking, riding a bike, which you can rent those bikes around Chicago. Also, just running, going for a jog right here on the Lakefront Trail. Now we're actually headed to the Magnificent Mile, where you have high-end upscale shops along the North Bridge, the Water Tower Place, which is a multi-level shopping mall. They also have the 360 Chicago Observation Deck, which is formerly the John Hancock Tower on the 94th floor, the Tribune Tower, the Wrigley Building, and then of course the Chicago Riverwalk. The Magnificent Mile is really an area you must go to while in Chicago, so try not to miss it. There's also the museums along this stretch of road.
Oh, I saw they have Act Shop.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
Go
no,
back
I
a little
saw.
bit.
And I think this is Bershka.
Speaking about cities, I am going back to Prague in February, and I'm very excited going for another concert. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Who are you going to?
Samba.
Must go to while in Chicago, so
I
try
love
not
that
to
car.
miss it.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
also the
there's an
museums
Axe
along
shop.
this
I love
stretch of
Axe.
road. But just cruising down the road, you'll really get a feeling for what Chicago is. This is the heart of Chicago, in my opinion. Now, right next to the Magnificent Mile is going to be the Chicago Riverwalk, which is a pedestrian walkway that runs along the south bank of the Chicago River right here in downtown. It stretches about 1.25 miles along Lakeshore Drive to Lake Street. Around here, you'll find the Marina Plaza, the River Theater, the Jetty, also the Boardwalk, the Riverwalk Gateway. So many different cafes and bars and restaurants with views overlooking the Riverwalk. Really a famous place right here. As we continue to show you around the Chicago Riverwalk, I want to let you know we did post some links to other Chicago videos that we did while we were here, including a full Riverwalk tour if you wanted to watch that in its entirety. It's a virtual tour. We're also going to put a link to the Milwaukee video that we did when we were here and the Chicago Travel Guide. So check the links below. I also just completed a 9-part.
in there?
Not
Probably
here.
not.
No, probably not here. But like, you know, where they were showing the beach, I'm sure you can.
Travel masterclass for people who want to travel abroad, and I'm giving it away to people who are signing up as our channel members when you hit the join button and you sign up to support this channel as an island hopper. Now let's talk about the Chicago food. Obviously, Chicago style deep dish pizza is probably the most famous. This pizza is baked and it's deep dish with a thick crust. But there's other forms of Chicago pizza that's really popular here all across the city. We ate at Giordano's, but you can go on Yelp or TripAdvisor to get other recommendations.
Nice.
Now let's talk about the Chicago dog that's gonna have relish. It's gonna be a nice Polish style sausage or a beef hot dog
I
served
love
on a
myself
poppy.
a hot dog. I always.
Oh, I don't like hot dogs.
Yeah, you love hot
I
dogs,
love
don't
hot
you?
dogs. I actually sometimes prefer them than a pizza.
Yeah, you're not talking. You're a pizza girl. You're a hot dog boy.
Bun with mustard, onions, relish, tomato pickles, and a sprinkle of celery salt. Also doing a picnic like this right here on Lake Michigan. Here we are at Snickers. I've got a beer and some shawarma, some Greek. Other popular foods are going to include the Italian beef sandwich and then a Chicago-style steak. You got to go to one of these steakhouses. After all, they're called the Chicago Bulls for a reason, right? Even though Chicago's not on the ocean, they do have plenty of seafood, as you can see here. I'm also eating some oysters straight out of the shell. These are called Oysters Rockefeller. And then as far as dessert, I actually stopped by the Nutella factory here and got some
Did you see the price there?
No.
$5.
Oh, that's
For
quite
one.
a big
Did
croissant
you not see
though.
the size?
And it's with Nutella as well. And Nutella is quite expensive.
Yeah, Nutella.
So
I actually
Nutella's probably
stopped
not
by
bad.
the Nutella factory here and got some pastry. It was quite delicious, just packed with sugar. I don't know how many of those I can do, even though they were very good. Now we're talking about going to a show here at the Chicago Theater or any of the theaters across Chicago. This is something that dates back to the early heydays. Other theaters include the Steppenwolf Theater Company, the Goodman Theater, Broadway in Chicago. So try to take in a show while here. All right, here we are at the Lincoln Park Zoo. This is actually a free exhibit. I do recommend you guys go online to get the tickets. Considering the fact that it is free, this is an impressive zoo with over 1,000 animals on 35 acres. Some of the famous animals here are going to be the African apes, the sea lion pool, and the children's zoo, as well as the small mammal reptile house. I personally like the camel and these laid-back kangaroos. Although with this zoo being free, I did notice at times they do close the exhibits a bit early, and they don't really feel like they owe you anything because, hey, it's free. If the zoo doesn't quite give you your animal...
I think that's awesome that
Yeah.
it's free. Like, you know, it's a nice thing to go and see, to watch the animals, and especially if you have young kids, you know,
Yeah.
oh, let's go and watch the animals. I think that is amazing.
If for free, I would go there.
Yeah.
fix, you can always head over to the aquarium.
All right, guys, when you come to Chicago, you can come right here to the Shed Aquarium.
Shed Aquarium is very impressive, located right here on the shores of Lake Michigan with over 32,000 animals from across the world, including sharks, dolphins, sea turtles, and penguins. They also have a Caribbean reef exhibit and an Amazon rising exhibit. So really a good aquarium to check out for the kids, including a 4D experience. And yes, we're almost there. I'll talk about the City Pass, but first let's talk about the Adler Planetarium, which is right down the way from the aquariums.
And here we are, way out on this peninsula right here at the Adler Planetarium. You can spend half a day when it's open.
Tickets to each one of these individually, including the aquarium and the planetarium, are $40 for adults, $30 for children, but this is where the City Pass is going to come in handy. Here at the planetarium, they have sky shows, exhibits, telescopes. It's mostly for people who want to explore space science and astronomy. All right, now we'll talk about the Chicago City Pass. It is $134 for adults, $104 for children, and you get 5 attractions. These include Shed Aquarium, Skydeck Chicago, plus you get admission to 3 more attractions of your choice, which are going to include Field Museum, Art Institute of Chicago, Museum of Science and Industry, 360 Chicago Observation Deck, Adler Planetarium, or Shoreline Sightseeing, so you can see it's a great value. All right, Island Hoppers, that's...
So I think it's better to get this pass.
I don't know. It seems a bit too expensive.
Yeah, but if you want to go and see all of the, like most of these attractions,
You pay more.
it's probably worth
I'd
it.
rather go to the beach.
Just the beach
Yeah, just the beach. Get myself with those $100.
and a freezer.
Yeah, freezer. Just a
Free
cool
zoo,
box.
not freezer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what
I'll
I'm
just get
saying.
myself a cool box, some food, go to the beach, swim.
Are you boring?
Chicago in a nutshell. Do share this video with people you intend to go with you to Chicago, because they'll also find this video useful. If you guys enjoyed this one, hit like and subscribe to the channel.
Well, I did not expect Chicago to be
Yeah.
like this. I knew Chicago was amazing,
I
but
thought it was
I had
gonna-
no idea that there is so many things you can do there.
I thought it was gonna be like dirty.
Really?
Yeah, I thought, like, I heard
Because some people
personally.
call Chicago like that. There's drugs and stuff like
This
that.
is exactly what I
And that there's
heard.
needles everywhere.
That Chicago is quite like there's quite a lot of crime, but like I mean from this video it didn't look like it,
Yeah.
but you know well
You
I
can't believe
don't
what you see
know.
on camera.
But I like Chicago.
Yeah, I like it,
really
actually.
love Chicago. It's in a beautiful spot on a lake. Like the views are amazing.
My favorite was the museum with the Apollo and the beach.
Yeah,
And
the
the
science
It was a
yeah.
free
museum.
zoo.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do in there, and I think if you wanna like see Chicago, like the whole thing, you definitely need like 4 or 5 days in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least a
because
week.
it's huge, and there's so many things you can see in there,
Yeah,
isn't
there's
it?
lots of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm well impressed with Chicago.
Yeah.
Well impressed.
Yeah, good videos.
But yeah, we need to make Daddy watch this video.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to
Yeah,
tell
I think he liked the fact that there's so many things, and I love the fact that they have axe too.
Yeah, good video today. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We should put a video up tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We will.
Okay.
If
Thank-
I don't have any homework, because I'm going on
Yeah,
fall this year.
Laia's back to studying. Garen is still lucky.
He's not studying for the whole week,
For the
and
whole
then next
week.
week he's got Tuesday off. which
You're
is
going to
not-
cinema tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after tomorrow, we're going for a touristic walk.
Yeah. So
I'm
anyway,
staying.
guys, thank you for watching our video, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.